The Football World Cup has finally begun, and for the next month all eyes will be on South Africa. Here in the European Parliament, it's a time when European identity takes a backseat and national identity once again comes to the fore. Football is a truly global sport and an enormous money-making machine, particularly when it comes to the transfer of players from one club to another. And with the regulation of sport now coming under the scope of the Lisbon Treaty, the EU is looking at ways of supervising players' agents to make their role and profession more transparent. This week in Strasbourg, MEPs requested a debate on the future regulation of sports agents. And although this matter cuts across many sports, it's primarily football that interests the EU. EPP group member Sean Kelly has been following this dossier closely, having been involved in sports management in his native Ireland. He told EPP TV that he has personal experience of why sports agents need to be more closely supervised.
I know one particular friend of mine whose son was taken over to a club in England, promised the Sun, Moon and Stars. And then after 12 months he was let go. He had no job, he had no education, and he didn't want to come back home with his head between his legs because he'd be ashamed. And there he was, cut off from his family, and what was a very promising career 12 months beforehand was now in shatters. So we have to ensure that doesn't happen.
And where can the European Union add value? What do you want to see the Commission doing?
Well, I think, first of all, I'm looking forward to the Commission, in the broader sense, taking the responsibilities and also the competences it has now got under the Lisbon Treaty to add value to sport in the European Union, and particularly to add value to sport at grassroots level to increase participation and social inclusion. And obviously, even the aspect of players' agents comes into that, because there's a certain element of exploitation there that requires legislation right across the board to ensure there's fair play for everybody and opportunities for young people to utilise their talent. But at the same time, if that talent isn't up to the required standard of a particular club, that they aren't dumped on the sidewalk and forgotten about.
Previous cases of corruption and other illegal activity by a small minority of sports agents have convinced the EU that it needs to take a greater role in monitoring this sector. But any attempt to regulate football needs to involve broad consultation in order to carry the support of associations, clubs and fans.
Well, the beautiful game, everybody is enjoying it, particularly now with the World Cup on. And I think that once you explain what you're doing, once people see that you're trying to be fair to everybody, and actually, in the end of the day, that we add value to what's already a wonderful opportunity for people both to play and to enjoy, then I think there will be no difficulty. We will have to sell our message very clearly and ensure also that we get full cooperation and full understanding with the various people responsible for administering sport.
So what does the Commission intend to do? Given the size and wealth of the sports industry, and particularly football, in Europe, the Commission will undoubtedly face strong lobbying from all sides involved in this debate. But Commissioner Andrula Vassiliou, who has responsibility for sports policy, is determined that this issue should be confronted and addressed in a transparent and efficient way.
Sporting authorities do not have the power to investigate and punish acts which all member states consider to be crimes: corruption, money laundering, tax evasion and illegal immigration. The sports movement is looking for assistance from the European institutions to tackle the challenges posed by agents. The Commission has an important role to play. We can help to develop the common principles and standards that might serve as a minimum set of rules for countries and sports federations across Europe.
So it looks like legislation on this issue will be proposed soon. But in the meantime, I'm off to watch the football. For more information on our group's policies on sport, please visit our website, eppgroup.eu. Thanks for watching, and see you again soon.